time, you know, on the Cover 3 podcast where you have the fight sound that you usually play. I wish we had it dialed up. But moving on to a top 10 showdown in South Bend. This is one that a lot of folks are looking forward to. Ohio State, Notre Dame. You got Kyle McCord facing an elite defense there for Notre Dame, only allowing 47 points in 4 games this season. But the Buckeyes, they do have a good track record on the road under Ryan Day. And Chip, I'll start with you. Who not only do you think is going to come out on top, but who can afford a loss more in terms of CFP hopes?
Ohio State. Because there's so much strength at the top of the Big Ten with Michigan and with Penn State that winning the Big Ten, running the table the rest of the way, you know, losing in South Bend, there's still a lot ahead. And while Notre Dame does have big games on the schedule, including that matchup against USC later on in the season, not having a conference championship to play for, all that would impact the decisions of the committee. But I'm just really excited for this game, and that's so casual. But these teams don't play all the time. They've only played 5 times, Ohio State and Notre Dame, in the last 28 years. And Ohio State has won every single one of them. So I think this is an incredible opportunity for the Fighting Irish. Then I'll also say that these are clearly 2 teams competing for the college football playoff and playing for a national championship. But we also have individually one of the best matchups that we're going to get anywhere in the country, because Ohio State's defense has gotten so much better from where they were a year ago. It's year 2 with defensive coordinator Jim Knowles, and I think they are downright salty. That going up against Sam Hartman, Audric Estime. I mean, you cannot find a better quarterback running back combination than what they've got at Notre Dame right now. So that Notre Dame offense versus Ohio State defense, I know we got Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyle McCord and Notre Dame's defense, but it's when Notre Dame has the ball, I think that's where the game is decided. And I think Sam Hartman is going to be able to lead the Fighting Irish to a win.
Ooh, a little bit of an upset there. I'm going to fade you a little bit. I'm going to go on the Riverside. I'm going to take Ohio State. Don't love it. Like a Chip, I wouldn't bet this with your money, honestly, because I really have no gauge on this game whatsoever, other than it's going to be close and it's going to be fantastic. But to me, I think the skill players in Ohio State are too much to ignore. I think we saw that a little bit. Kyle McCord and Marvin Harrison sort of getting into the mix last week. That comfort level sort of starting to get there for a team that I picked to win the national championship. So this is a coming out party, I think, for Kyle McCord. But I think in terms of who can lose more, yeah, Chip's right. It's Ohio State. But, I mean, look, I think Notre Dame's got some pretty big ACC games on its schedule as well. It might need some of those teams to actually pick up the pace a little bit. But this is going to be, I think, one of the best games of the college football season. Definitely the biggest one of the weekend. I think Ohio State gets the job done. I think the defense comes through. If you're looking at weaknesses on Notre Dame and weaknesses of a relative term, I guess you kind of have to go offensive line. There's not many, but I think to me that's probably where you have to go. And I think Ohio State does enough to get to Sam Hartman, force some rare miscues, and gets the job done in South Bend.